associate professor at the University of New Haven. Professor, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
Of course. I wanted to ask you, so what are your general impressions when you hear about the possibility that a former U.S. president could be facing criminal charges? Just real general.
Well, of course, it's an unprecedented event. But as a general rule, what we want to do is say no one's above the law. And if you violate the law, you should be reviewed by the court system and maybe judged by a jury of your peers. And in that case, we will take a look and see if the evidence supports what has been brought forward. And a jury of his peers will take a look and determine whether or not the former president is guilty as charged or guilty of crimes that have been proposed against him.
Yeah, and the big debate I've been hearing a lot about is will the president face any prison time if he actually does face a charge? What do you think about that?
That's going to be very difficult. How do you, because he still rates Secret Service protection. And how would you do that inside a normal prison facility? I'm not sure how you would do that. We have white-collar prisons like the one that's on the Naval Station in Pensacola, where the prisoners essentially can roam free if they are of a certain status, and they actually work on the grounds of the base and do facilities, infrastructure type of work, cleanup, etc. So maybe in that scenario, but in a brick and mortar prison, our traditional brick and mortar penitentiary, that would be a difficult thing to do with a former president under Secret Service protection.
What do you think about the statute of limitations aspect of all this? That's, of course, one thing the former president has said is that the statute of limitations on these alleged money payments that may have passed. What do you make of that?
Well, that's up to the court to determine. The court's going to look at that and determine when the last point of action by Trump and his associates that could indicate that he was guilty of this activity, and the statute would run from there forward. And if it hasn't run out, prosecution is lawful and probably evident based on what I've been hearing from the grand juries.
Well, do you think that a former president can still be charged with a crime? Is that sending a signal that no one is above the law? Is that like a positive thing, I guess, to come out of all this?
Exactly. It is a very positive thing. The idea that no one's above the law means that our actual system of justice is working, because we no longer allow, or we should not allow, for people to escape potential punishment for transgressions against our laws. If we are what we say we are, a free democratic society that believes in the rule of law, then the rule of law should apply to all, not just to some.
All right. What about when a high-profile person, is being charged with a crime? They're going to be arrested. What kind of special provisions have to be put in place? Because it sounds like in Manhattan there were discussions between the Trump folks and also the Manhattan officials there. Go about all this.
Well, one of the things they would do is probably give that individual an opportunity to surrender themselves, rather than go out and do the law and order handcuff arrest, perp walk through the streets. That would probably be inappropriate. And the idea of saying, well, the indictment is in, there's an arrest warrant issued, would you like to turn yourself in? This is the appropriate time and place to do so. And allow that individual to walk in under their own power. But of course, after that, the normal processes happen. You're booked, you're fingerprinted, your mugshot is taken, you're put into the system, and then you're arraigned in front of a judge, and you get to enter your pleas. Judges determine whether or not there's going to be a bail. In this case, I'm sure there will be, or release on own recognizance, and the individual will be allowed to move forward from there in a high-profile case. Now, some high-profile cases where there's a risk of flight, that would be a different story. Hopefully, that's not an issue.
Okay. Well, Robert Sanders, associate professor at the University of New Haven. We really appreciate your time and insight and expertise on this particular topic. Any other questions that I didn't ask you or anything you want to add before I let you go?
Well, the other thing I'd like to add is rest in peace to my fraternity brother and New York Knicks and NBA legend Willis Reed. hence my orange, and you can't see the blue today.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you were able to put that in there. We're sorry for your loss, and also, yes, rest in peace to that person. Robert Sanders, though, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. You take care.